Alright guys, you wanna know what's funny? Stranger Things, Season 5. It seems that every character important has plot armor thicker than Hopper's winter coat. And I'm serious when I mean that. Don't get me wrong, alright? The monster slap, the 80s nostalgia, it works, and the music alone deserves an Emmy. But somewhere along the way, the rules quietly packed their bags, and they left Hawkins. Alright, so today, I'm gonna go through 8 clear plot holes and logic breaks that prove Stranger Things wants an emotional payoff of risk without actually risking anything at all. Basically, the show's screaming, "This is dangerous," while wrapping every character in bubble wrap. Let's get into it. Eleven's powers suddenly have no cost. Every season was very clear. When 11 uses her powers, it hurts. Nosebleeds, pain, passing out like she's tried CrossFit for the first time. Now she could use her powers to close the gate, completely sacrifice herself with no nosebleed, no exhaustion, while she's getting zapped by the military's magnet thing that takes away her powers. Doesn't make sense. Number 2, Vecna's origin recons the entire mythology. Here's where the lore starts gaslighting us. Vecna is essentially the first experiment, the mastermind, the reason why everything exists, but he is also influenced by the Mind Flare. Which one is it? Did they design the Upside Down, or did the Upside Down run a mentorship program? I still am unclear about this. Alright, so part 3, I just want to talk about how we began the season in Hawkins. So for season 4 at the end, basically Hawkins splits into 4 with this 4 giant rifts, as we all remember. And everybody's response is, well, this must be some weird weather thing, right? The earthquake. I just thought that was so unbelievable. And I had to suspend my disbelief. There was no evacuation orders, as we saw at the beginning of season 5, and the military just rolls in. So it was business as usual. I couldn't believe that. Literally, it was the end of the world for Hawkins, and they were treating it like it was a pothole on Main Street. So, alright, number 4. The military disappears when it matters most. Alright, so for multiple seasons, the military was literally everywhere, chasing kids, covering things up, and making everything worse. Alright, so the finale hits, and after we wrap up the finale, suddenly, poof, everything's gone. The military is just gone. And not to mention, every character was involved with just wrecking a military plan, killing essentially our government employees, and everybody just walks away scot-free. I just found that really hard to believe. Alright, number 5. How did Max graduate high school? Alright, just in general, he was in a coma for 18 months, right? And then at the end of the epilogue, we see Max graduate high school. She missed a whole year and a half worth of school, and she graduates with the rest of the cast. I thought that was so unbelievable. Alright, so number 6. 11's sacrifice really isn't a sacrifice at all. We were told at the end that she gave up everything. For a good 10 minutes, I literally thought that she was a goner. And then in the epilogue, they confused us all and left her fate ambiguous, right? Let's pretend that she's in a faraway land. They basically killed her off and said, wait, let's check the receipt. She's still alive, right? Alright, so for number 7 on my notes, I really have it here, and it really bugs me. Too many characters, not enough payoff. So at this point, I think the cast for Stranger Things, they need their own zip code. We just have too many characters, and in this season, characters are disappearing for episodes and reappearing, and it's exactly where they started. Entire arcs are just there to justify screen time. For example, Dustin disappeared, I think, honestly, the entire episode, for episode 2, I believe, right? And just reappears at the end, beat up. So I thought that was kind of hard to believe. So I had to suspend my disbelief there. Alright, and so the last thing here, number 8. The ending pretends to be risky, but plays it safe. Every character in Stranger Things essentially gets a happy ending, except Meg. When you have a cast of 10 or so, and there's only one person that really gets killed off in the series finale, then you gotta relook at the writing there. But alright guys, so that's my thoughts on Stranger Things Season 5. I'll be putting out more videos on this topic in the future for the next week or so. But tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the finale and the whole season for Stranger Things. And for more content like this, follow Stewie Lane. Thanks guys. Bye.